Morning Motivation Tribe, this is a very important part of the process of staying healthy during this lockdown, and we want to attack this from all sides, which is, the physical exercise side of things. We're going to do the emotional and mindset side of things now, and then of course you get some connection with your family and friends after that for the connection side of things, and we'll stay connected too. But we're going to dive deep into a couple of really amazing things that we're doing. We're going to bring you up to speed with a couple of new updates that are going on here, exciting times, and we are also just going to talk about how epic that freaking workout was this morning.
What's up, everyone, and especially a big welcome to Cedric. How are you, brother? Really good to see you tuning in, man. We miss you around here. We really do. We don't have a French connection in the gym anymore. And Niall and Mon, welcome to the show, everyone. And anyone else that's tuning in, please give us a little shout out on there so that we can give you a shout out. And
just in case it's their first time joining us, because we are getting a lot of new people over from YouTube.
Let us know. Is this your first time watching this show? Have you just joined the UMS Movement Mastermind? Are you
and why don't you introduce us?
Part of the community. And in case we haven't met, my name's Rad Burmeister. That's my brother Yani Burmeister, and we're the co-founders of Unity Gym and the co-creators of the UMS, the Unified Movement System, where we turn driven people into superhumans. Sounds like a funny little catchphrase, but for those of you that have been watching us for a while, you'll know that we really believe in what we do. And in all honesty, the results that we get with our members that stay with us for 12 months, they do become super strong and super flexible.
Just one second, Richie, just check if that light is turned up all the way. You sure?
That looks all right.
Turn that one down.
Yanni's
the one that's
freaking out about
Rad's.
the light here. That looks pretty good, man, when I'm looking at it.
All right. You're just smashed there, and I'm a lot darker and blurrier. Yeah.
Yanni's wigging out.
Lighting's a bit weird today. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, let's let it go, huh? It's all good, mate. Man, I just finished that workout. Who watched the work? Who did the workout with me? Did any of you? Niall and Mon, you're on the channel, so I'm sure you guys did. Please let me know what you thought of that workout, because I am absolutely fried. 1 hour of that, man, we get so much done in 1 hour, all the strength, flexibility and cardio that you need in this lockdown phase. And, oh, God, I'm just wrecked.
Yeah, he's probably not going to be walking. We just had Craig, Craig Guns, one of our other tribe members from the gyms, pop down to say hi. He's still working upstairs just to say how epic that workout was.
It's not just that, it's my arms, even my arms from yesterday. Oh, my God, I'm sore.
Yeah. Rad's getting
Tomorrow's a little bit of a rest day. I'm so looking forward to tomorrow because it's straight arm strength day. So it's like gymnastics and calisthenics type movements and shoulder positioning, but there's no cardio circuit tomorrow. It's a shoulder conditioning circuit tomorrow.
Can you see that? I'm just trying to position this in a way that it's kind of like...
I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, awesome. Look, guys, I want to start off with, sharing a little bit of one of the things, or actually two of the things I'll say that is keeping me motivated and focused today, because that's what this is all about. And of course, get your questions in, anything about any sort of training. I mean, look, we'll try and answer anything. Between Rad and I and Richard, we know everything. But we, I'm joking, we will do our best to answer whatever questions you come up with. You back that. I back it too, sort of, somewhat. But we want to make sure that number one priority is to keep you guys focused and really dialed in and really motivated during this time of, trial, tribulation, challenging times, They're now sort of calling it on par with or similar to the Great Depression of 1929, which is huge. I saw the politicians yesterday comparing photographs of the people queuing up for Centrelink yesterday to the the Great Depression, people in the unemployment lines looking for welfare. So this is huge, man. It's something that we're going to be talking about for a very long time, and I believe that. Not only is it important to stay physically active, it's also really important to stay mentally engaged and mentally and spiritually active, And for me, there are a few things that I use, a few little strategies that I use to hack the system, and I'll share a couple of those with you. The first one is that last night, And I even did a post on my Facebook post. Before I went to bed, I was sitting on the couch with Kalisha watching a little bit of the news and that sort of thing. And I lie, we were watching maths. But Married at First Sight.
Oh, my God.
But Kalisha loves that show, and I don't mind watching it.
No, I don't really care that you
crash.
watched the show. I care that you called it maths.
That's what they call it, man. That's what they call it. Anyway,
my God, you listen to this guy.
Anyway, we turned it off for a moment, and I turned to Kalisha and just said, and I just listed off the five things that I could think of at that very moment that I was really grateful for. Things like our relationship, Kalisha and myself, things like our children, and our current state of health. Things like our new apartment, which has brought us closer together because it's only a few minutes walk to work and back now. So I'm not commuting and we're not losing that time. So she can easily bring the kids up during the day and things like that. My tribe here and the incredible outpouring of support that we have received through this challenge. And, the gym, the business, this business that we're still, the very fact that we're still here at work with a job, is testament to this incredible community that we've built. And I'm truly grateful for that. And I challenge all of you guys to do a similar exercise every day. It's incredibly powerful because what it does, I've been... I'm not going to lie. I thought that for the last week or so, I could have possibly had the bloody coronavirus because I was struggling to breathe, and it wasn't until I really sat down and had to talk to Phil, our physio here, about it. And he said, there's a very high probability that you're suffering quite severe anxiety, because of all the stress. That I've been in talks with our accountant and our landlord for the building here and our legal team. We have a solicitor working with us for the last couple of weeks because of everything that's going on. And I've been really attacking it from all different angles to make sure that we still have a gym at the end of this. And it's very stressful, it's hard not to be stressed. Now, I've really cultivated an ability to be able to disassociate from the emotions and the feelings and the sensations and urges, but apparently not fully, because I had this restriction in my chest, and I was like, wow, am I getting sick? Is this one of the symptoms, right? But I don't have any other symptom. And so, Phil said, man, you got to check, you might have quite severe anxiety. And so I did a few tests. I've checked blood pressure and things like that. And it's true. My blood pressure is through the roof. Like, I am seriously stressed out, And there are a few things that we can do to combat that stress. And one of them is that we can stimulate the production of a different hormone that actually piggybacks on, I'll go a little bit deep into the science here, it piggybacks on the neuropeptide receptor that cortisol is binding to, and it sort of knocks it out, so it switches off the stress hormones almost instantaneously. And the way that we switch that hormone on is through gratitude. What are we grateful for? And I know it's hard. I know it's hard when you're in a time like this. You may have lost your job. You may be facing job losses. You may be facing severe financial hardship. You may be facing ill health, but there's always something that you can, if you dig deep enough, there's always something that you're grateful for.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Tony Robbins is, so famous for talking about this stuff, the attitude of gratitude. And anxiety and fear and gratitude cannot exist in the same space. And to hear you describe it, on a physiological level, it makes sense to me, because they can't exist in the same space. If you're still experiencing anxiety and fear, then you're not actually experiencing a state of gratitude, which is not your fault. I'm not saying, you suck, you're not doing this well. What Yanni says is it's true. It's really, really hard. But that's where meditation comes in. And this is where, a lot of people don't understand how powerful meditation is, but how many different forms there are. And I actually, in this time of some of the most financial uncertainty of my life, I actually forked out for the first time in a long time and bought or subscribed to a new program which is called the Waking Up Course by Sam Harris. It's an app on your phone, because I listened to all the free meditations. And now I've listened to them all so many times because I didn't want to fork out the money. But I really thought about it. I thought in this time, one of the most powerful things that I think that I can do for myself is to go so deep and learn how to meditate properly. And what people don't understand is that meditating on gratitude is a form of meditation. So that means a lot of people think that, I can't meditate because I always think. Well, that's okay. It's not about not thinking. It's about learning how to recognize, well, there's so many things. And if you get this app, which we are not even closely affiliated to, if you think that we're getting any kickbacks from Sam Harris, you're completely wrong. But focusing on gratitude in a form of meditation, which means that if you can't really feel the feelings of gratitude, you just spend that much time on it. And the guided meditation that I did with him yesterday was about, no, not yesterday, it was sometime last week, was about that one about focusing on someone that you wish happiness for.
And love for.
Happiness and love for. And he says the best thing that you could actually do is do this for yourself, is to focus on yourself, but that's much, much harder for people.
Yep.
And he actually intentionally says, don't pick your romantic interest. Don't pick your wife or your husband or your partner, because that's a convoluted relationship. Yep. So for me, it was really, really simple. I picked my son.
Yep.
And if any of you have children out there, you'll know it is so easy to have the most clear thought of wanting love and happiness and nothing but goodwill for your child. But by doing that and putting yourself into that state of gratitude, you find that everything just washes away from you. So if you don't have children, it's like Yanni said, you just, like Tony Robbins talks about, he starts his day by meditating, and at the end of his meditation, he thinks of 3 things that he's grateful for, and he spends some serious time focusing on those things, not just going, I'm grateful for my wife, I'm grateful for my house, I'm grateful for my job. Yep, I'm grateful, I'm going to move on. Yeah. But really sitting there and feeling what it feels like to be grateful that you have this wife, this house, this job. And if that takes you 10 minutes before you get to that point where you lose that feeling of anxiety in your chest, to where you feel that feeling of, oh my God, I've got this wife, and I've got this job and I've got this house, then let it take 10 minutes. And that's the whole thing with meditation. You don't need to be sitting there with your mind clear, with a waterfall behind you and birds in the background. That's not what it is. You can have cars going on. You can have noises around you. You don't need to be in a perfectly tranquil place, but anyway, and if you don't know how to do that, and because what we've just given you here is insignificant compared to what you'll get from this app. I swear to God, we're nothing affiliated to it, but I just couldn't rate it highly enough, because you get your first 5 meditations for free, and that's what I did for 6 months. All I did over and over again was these 5 meditations. Do it, man. Start meditating. 10 minutes
absolutely.
a day.
I use the Sam Harris app as well, Waking Up. It's brilliant. I've got 3 of his books as well. He's an amazing guy. He comes at it from a very different approach to most.
What's his background? He's a
PhD,
neural, isn't he?
He's a scientist.
Yeah, he's a
brain
scientist.
scientist. I don't know the bloody name for it. If anyone knows the name for a brain scientist, that you can write it in the comments.
So he doesn't come at meditation from
this spiritual.
I'm a hippie that didn't go to college, or I'm not ragging on anyone, but I'm just saying, I'm somebody that just tells you to meditate and everything will be good. He comes from it like the way he describes it in his book is, he was Western university trained at a very high level, and then he went over and learned Eastern meditation practices. So he's got a very good way of describing why you do it. It's not just this spiritual, esoteric approach to it, Yeah,
absolutely.
It's really
so.
Interesting.
Look, guys, we've just given you our 2 most favoured sort of, I guess, motivation hacks that we both use on a daily basis. Now, to just reiterate what Rad said there, because it is very important, with the gratitude exercise, it doesn't, neural stig might do the trick.
Neuroscientist.
Scientist, is it? Neuroscientist, maybe. Yeah, neuroscientist, I think that's right, yeah. I've got one of his books just there. I should just go and grab it. The most important thing is, and I think for some people it requires to be able to really put yourself in a state of DHEA hormone gratitude is to write down and diarize the 5 things, but having a conversation about it is with a spouse or a loved one is also a really great way, because you can go back and forth, and you give that other person a dose of this as well, which the 90% chance they're going to be experiencing the same anxiety and fear as what you are. So that might really help that person too, But I just turned the TV off and just opened this conversation with Kalisha. It was unexpected. She didn't expect it. She knows that I do these exercises, but I could tell that she needed some of that as well. And it's, I challenge you to do that every night before you go to bed. It'll help you sleep. It'll put you in a good frame of mind. I'm just like everyone. I'm really wanting to stay up to date with all of the latest news on what's going on. It's very important for me, for my business, for any investments that I did have in the past that are pretty much milked or nailed right now. I want to know what's going on around the world. And so you end up watching a lot of news, and it's very negative, and it can put you in this state of fear, state of doubt, and it's I think it's important that we're practicing. We're not just thinking about it, we're actually putting into practice some methods to help offset that. And meditation, it can be for 5 or 10 minutes a day, or half an hour if you're so inclined. Rad and I only meditate for 10 minutes a day. I've been doing that now for probably 5 years. There's periods where I fall off the wagon a little bit, but most of the time every day for 10 minutes. And for the last 2 of those years, it's been with the Waking Up app, and that's been a real breakthrough for me. So the next thing I want to talk about is the 2 things that we do every day is that. Now, we have obviously a few more. I read every single day. I read something that's going to level me up. Not a fictional book. I read a personal development book or a business style book or something like that, finance related, something that's going to teach me something, to help me to cultivate a new skill set. And that's another thing that I really like to do, and I know Rad does too. Rad prefers to listen to audiobooks, which I used to do, but now I prefer reading the book. There's something about a physical book that just turns me on. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I'm a weirdo. Yeah, I'm sure the literary people out there will relate. And then I've started to, and this is something new, which is really beautiful. I've started to read the emails that people are really, really engaged. Like, I read every email that comes through, but sometimes it's quite overwhelming because I send a daily email and I often get 100 responses. But there's always a handful at least. Like yesterday's email, I got maybe 30 really, really touching responses. And I've been really engaging with a lot of those people, and it's just been incredible, and I've got a couple of the emails here that I showed the boys from, just like literally just picked a couple this morning to show the boys, to give them some motivation before we did our morning shows. I can't stress to you guys how grateful we are for the amount of love that we're getting from around the world. It's it almost brought me to tears this morning. I honestly was just like, we're all very emotional at the moment. I'm pretty sure I cried to a movie the other night that I normally wouldn't. We watched an amazing film. This is off topic, but you should all watch it too, because I know we're all binging Netflix and all that sort of thing. It was a new one with Tom
Hanks?
No, I haven't seen. I started watching that and found it a bit weird. It's got who's the oh my god, the funny black dude who's in that. I'm having a brain fart here.
Kevin Hart?
No, not Kevin Hart. Probably even more famous.
Tracy?
No. He's always in action films and stuff. He was in that.
Eddie Murphy?
No.
Wesley Snipes?
No. He's current popular right now. I can't believe I can't.
Chris Rock?
No. the other one. There's only like. He was in that. I'm having a true brain malfunction at the moment. Yeah. Anyway, I'll think of it because it's a true story. It's about a court case where a young Harvard lawyer who's an African American as well, who was in the new Rocky film. I don't know his name, but he's
Yeah, I know that dude.
you know the guy. He was the bad guy in the Black
Panther one.
Black Panther one. Yeah. So he plays the young lawyer, and he fights to get this guy off death row, and it's a very famous story. And the guy on death row is an innocent guy. The bloody rock. Cedric, no, he's not. Wesley Snipes. Cedric, keep going, man. We're going to get this. He's. I almost had it. He like sings and he does impersonations of Eddie Murphy and that sort of stuff really well. What's his name?
That's
Anyway,
right.
Jamie Foxx. It was Jamie Foxx. Yes, who's that? Aiden Potts. Aiden Potts.
Oh, you dipshit.
So anyway, and it is the most incredible story, and I urge you to watch it. I can't remember what it's called. I'll figure it out. Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan. Aiden, what's that? Mr. T. What? Anyway. I like this. We're so riled up with emotion right now with what's going on. Kalisha and I watched this film the other night, and at the end of it, I was a blubbering mess. I was like, oh my freaking God. So it doesn't take a lot right now to bring me to tears, but these two emails, that was the biggest divergence ever.
Oh my God.
These two emails almost brought me to tears. It was really, really special. And it's nothing amazing. People are just basically saying how awesome you guys are, and we're watching from around the world, and we hope you pull through with everything.
Well, because you won't bloody shut up unless I say something here. Let's talk about that a little bit, because there's something that some people have said to us which we really appreciate, because we really appreciate that this has been noticed. Here's a couple of $1,000 worth of camera gear that we just got yesterday. So we've got a Sony 6100, and we've got a 10 to 18 millimeter lens, more charging stuff. We've got another lens on its way. And why are we getting all this? We're getting this because about a year and a half ago we decided that we were going to start doing live streaming, and Yani wanted to go out and buy all this camera gear, and I said to him, let's not buy anything until we know that this is something that we're going to do regularly, and we know that it's going to be something that's going to become an integral part of our business. And we said, okay. And yesterday when we got told that our gym was going to close, and we know that we're doing this live streaming video every day, we decided it's time to level up our production, because you guys are watching 720p through an iPhone, and to go to 1080p to full HD
or even 4K,
we need different software and different hardware. And so we've got the hardware now. We're waiting for one more piece of hardware to connect that camera to the computer, to the switcher board, and then we're going to learn how to use this new software. So depending on how long it takes for this hardware to arrive that we've ordered, within the next week or two, we're going to be going live to you for the first time ever in full HD. And what somebody said to us was how impressed they were that they've been watching us for so long, and they see us constantly reinvesting in our business, where we're posting, the new equipment that we're putting in the gym, the new layout of the gym, the new equipment that we've just bought, the new podcast stuff that we've done, where all the other fitness professionals that we're watching are always posting shots of their Lamborghinis or their houses that they've just bought or the holidays that they're on. So they're showing off of this is how much money we're making. Yeah. And that's quite a humbling experience, because we made the decision that we were not going to live a life where if we start making more money, that we would start spending more money on luxuries, that we would just continually reinvest into our business to turn it into something that's really valuable. And this COVID-19, for the first time ever, our reinvestment is paying off, because we're watching what's happening to other fitness professionals that didn't make those choices, and they have no infrastructure to be able to support them through this. And it's really sad for them, but at the same time, it's great for us that we've set ourselves up like this. And with your continued support, we will continue to reinvest. That headset that you saw me wearing today on the live show, that was $600 right there. But as soon as we realised we needed it, bang, we reinvested.
$750
bucks.
Yeah, that's
all right.
all right.
Well, there you go. Yanni, we're going to go on forever. We've got a schedule to stick to here,
Aidan
man.
Potts is right. The movie's called Just Mercy if you want to watch it. It's a fantastic film. And I think it's really... I said to Kalisha, this is why I'm making a point of this, I really love the fact that film producers have kind of run out of ideas to make up fictional stories, and now what they're doing is they're making films about real shit that's going on in the world that needs to be brought to our attention. Another great example was the recent film called Bombshell that was released about the fall of Fox. The boss of Fox, I think it was Fox News, which was, he was a scoundrel, mate. He was an absolute bastard towards women, and those things just kind of get. They get a little bit of media attention and then you forget about it. But now we're making these amazing films that's highlighting some of the problems in society that need to be dealt with. And I believe it's a really great move forward. And it's important that we take the time to watch them. Another great one that's out at the movies right now is called Dark Water that I watched recently, which is a really important movie to go and support because it's about big businesses taking advantage of us and making us very sick as a result, just to make money, all in the name of making money. Very much on topic, Now, I want to just say a big shout out and thank you to all of those emails that came through from everybody, around the world, and for the recognition that the hard work that we've put on is noticed around the world, and the fact that, we don't sit here flossing about the gold diamond rings that we buy and shit like that. We reinvest this stuff. With the money that we made from our online launch this week for our program has not gone into our pockets. It's gone into new camera gear so that we can make those productions better, and don't get me wrong, the stuff that we sell pays our wages and puts food on the table for us, but we're not out there flossing like a lot of people around the world. We're here for you guys, and we're here to keep reinvesting, and we're going to keep doing so. And it's tough at times like this to go out and spend thousands and thousands of dollars on new gear. Trust me, it is. It's a risk. It's a gamble, But I really feel after last night about reading a bunch of these emails that you guys do have our back, and we're really grateful for that.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right, well, that's it for today. We will see you tomorrow, 7 a.m. Oh, my God, I'm so looking forward to a workout that doesn't have a cardio circuit. Biwa commented before, she said, but that cardio circuit was a great finisher. You're absolutely right. But do those things 5 days a week, man, and it's going to finish you. It'll finish me, that's for sure.
You can't do it. You actually can't train at such a high intensity for more than a couple of days straight, especially in this climate where you're trying to keep your immune system really robust.
Yeah, so it's really important that we break the week up with a lower intensity day, and that's what tomorrow's going to be. And we're working on the middle splits. Tomorrow's mobility movement is the middle splits tomorrow. So
last thing before we go, guys, shameful plug on making money. You can buy our program on sale for another 10 hours
or something like that.
And then it's going to go to the full price.
We need it more than anything now, and it's a great program.
And damn, we just dumped some money on that camera.
Yeah.
so please help.
Yeah. You can get, for those of you watching on the UMS Movement Mastermind, if you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, when you see this, it's probably going to be a little bit too late to get the deal, but you can still support us and get the program for $29. But if you're watching on the UMS Movement Mastermind, there's a link on that's marked as an announcement at the top of this page. See you tomorrow, 7 a.m. Sydney time. Aidan, I'm pretty sure, was it Aidan that tuned in an hour too late this morning?
I think so, yeah.
Somebody tuned in an hour too late in America?
No, it wasn't Aidan. It was...
Okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Make sure, check your clocks. 7 a.m. Sydney, Australia time. I think it's about 1 p.m. It's 1 p.m. somewhere in America.
And remember, guys, these streams in here do go. Phil's putting so much work. He's not here right now with us, but I will give him a massive plug. He is in the background, and he's going to be taking these streams and turning them into the podcast for the Sound of Movement, the Unity Gym podcast. So please get on there, give it a 5-star review, give Phil some love. He's doing a fantastic job.
Yep. And Cedric said, lower intensity, I'll be there. You would, wouldn't you, mate?
We miss you. We miss you, Cedric.
All right. See you tomorrow, everyone.
See you guys. Health is about performance, not just body image.
You better be willing to accept what you're going to have to do to get there.
We'll start focusing on movement goals, strength goals, flexibility goals.
When you nail that skill, that's there forever.
The body image goal doesn't get you that far.
It's the consistency and frequency that's going to get you there. It's not the intensity.
There's no shortcuts to mastery and movement. Destination doesn't change overnight, but your direction will.
The gym is not the place to beat up the body that you hate. It's the place to build the body that you love.
We are the gym that teaches people how to move instead of just exercise, because we believe that health is about performance, not just body image.